Hello, hello, hello. Antphrodite here, your pop culture psychic, back to you again with another celebrity reading. This time it's on the Kardashians again. So I'll put a link up to my last Kardashian reading here. But the rumors are that the Kardashians are finally over. There's a giant rumor going around that allegedly Anna Wintour did not invite the Kardashians this year to the Met Gala. Now, who knows if that's true or not? But is this really the end? Everyone's asking me to do a reading on this, so here we go. Remember, these readings are alleged for entertainment purposes only, and let's get started. So, first of all, as we know, the rumor is that they weren't invited. Now, that could change. They could be invited last minute. Who knows? Whatever. But I kind of want to see the dynamic between Anna Wintour and the Kardashians. So, Kardashians will be on the right. I want Anna on the left. Okay? Oh, shoot. Anna don't give a okay. The Kardashians are walking on eggshells because they're scared. I think they're scared of losing their poll. I think they're currently scared of the tides turning. They're absolutely aware. So the Kardashians are tiptoeing. I do think that they've stepped in crap somewhere. They stepped on someone's toes or did something behind the scenes. I don't know what they did, but they did something behind the scenes. I see them trying to suck up to a lot of people in the industry, call in favors, because it looks like they stepped in something. I don't know what it is, but they're like, uh-oh, this is bad. Perhaps there's something behind the scenes that hasn't come out yet, but I can just tell you they are literally scrounging and running around trying to figure out what we can do for this. I think people are really pulling back from them behind the scenes, and they're panicking. That being said, the Four of Cups is Anna Wintour. She doesn't really care about them, and she's bored and over them. So I think, granted, I guess there's still a chance that she could invite them, but it doesn't change the feelings of apathy and boredom. I think she just finds them uninspiring, bored, basic, simple. I just don't think she's really... I feel like it's probably because she feels like they haven't evolved stylistically or personally. So I think she's just become disinterested. So I think she doesn't really care either way. The Eight of Pentacles is reverse, lack of effort. So I don't think they really... I think the Kardashians are starting to overplay their hands. I don't think they realize that you still need to feed the beast, and they haven't been feeding the beast. It's almost like they've been selfish. I also see them being like, well, I mean, we know that the Kardashians have no talent, but with the Eight of Pentacles reverse, I feel like everyone is kind of, not only us as a society, but I think everyone in the industry is starting to realize that the audience is taking to people who are talented again. And so there's almost like this thing of like, you were disposable and you are disposable and you're a placeholder until we find others. So I think there's a conversation being had in Hollywood about how to push talented people again. There's a conscious effort being made to drown out Kardashians and insert new people. So you're going to start to see a lot of up and coming talent that is being pushed by the industry. Interesting. Yeah, the Kardashian house of cards has started to fall. Obviously, they'll always have money. But uh-oh. No, I don't know which one that is. Queen of Wands. That could be any of them. It's a beautiful, strong woman. Could be a fire sign, so I guess that could be Kylie. But the Tower card is reverse, which one of them is getting blamed. Oh my God. Is it Kim though? Or is it Kylie? One of them is getting blamed for most of this. It might be Kim, especially if it's... Well, I'm trying to think. I mean, it could be Kylie, right? Because of the Selena drama with Hailey. But it could also be Kim because of the last year's drama with Marilyn Monroe. So I'm not really sure where that's coming from. But I can tell you one of them is totally being blamed for the downfall of this. And the Ace of Pentacles is upright, which means this person is being considered greedy. This person has a reputation for being greedy, and they are coming across as greedy. And that is the problem. They don't know where the line is. The Seven of Cups is upright, the Page of Cups, and the Two of Cups. I also feel like... uh-oh. This person is not as interesting alone as they were with their partner. They're blaming Kim. It's Kim. It's Kim. It has to be Kim, in my opinion. I mean, I guess it could be Kylie too, because Kylie's similar in that she's not interesting without her partner either. But High Priestess is reversed, Six of Cups is reversed, and King of Cups. Yep. You know, here's the problem, okay? Here's the problem. If you are bankable on your own and you make a mistake, we're still going to support you and push you because you have your own stuff. But because the Kardashians have always been seen as somewhat disposable, when you get into scandal after scandal after scandal, I don't really need to support you because I've always been able to toss you if I had to. And so the Kardashians have made it as long as they have because they've always managed to escape scandal. But because it's just scandal after scandal after scandal after scandal after scandal after scandal, it's got to the point where they're pretty much just like, well, I mean, you're becoming a liability and we don't really need to bank on you. That's why the Kardashians are scared. I also see a switch up. So obviously the Six of Cups could also be children. Now we know that Kanye is not happy with them being all over the internet. I do think that's going to be a common thread. So I see the Kardashians kind of panicking. And as we know, they're going to start promoting the next generation, which is smart. But there's going to be a lot of kickback from that. I think people are going to be starting to get pissed at the Kardashians and feel like they're exploiting their children. I think the parents and the dads are going to start to be pissed and feel like, I don't know if I want this. So the Kardashians are kind of between a rock and a hard place. They're not ready to give up their fame, but they're being pushed to promote the new generation. And I don't know if it's going to be as simple as they think it'll be. So they're kind of in a precarious situation now. It's just because the public is here's the problem. The public is not spending money on the Kardashians the way they used to. The Ten of Pentacles is reversed, the Hermit's reversed, and the Three of Pentacles. That means that sponsorships are not getting the return on investment they used to with them. Engagement is not getting what it used to. People are interested in what they're doing, but not for the right reasons. So they're not spending. I think the problem is they cheapen their brand. When they promote something, people don't and aren't interested. I think that's probably why a lot of them are focusing on their own stuff. Like, I'm trying to think of like the only brand that I can think of from them that I see people like actually interested in is Skims. So I feel like it's gotten to a point where people are just like, Authenticity is kind of what's promoting and selling products. I mean, you look at Selena Gomez and how vulnerable she's been, and Rare Beauty is skyrocketing. And so I feel like it's like one of those things where people are starting to realize not being honest and vulnerable and making perfectly curated content just isn't going to work the way it used to. You know how like makeup brands go through trends where it's like heavy makeup and then it goes to clean beauty and simple stuff? That's what's happening in the industry, where the curated perfect image is no longer interesting. They want more of like a rock and roll type of influencer, someone who's like kind of messy but interesting and wears their heart on a sleeve. Think of it like a musician. Like they don't want perfectly calculated. I think a great example of someone that I feel like the internet is sort of gravitating towards is Ice Spice. Or my last reading I did, Mod Sun is super emotional. I feel like those are the types of people that they're trying to focus on. They want people who are authentic, a little messy, rough around the edges. Think like sort of like Cardi B, where she's kind of messy, but people are still interested. I feel like that's really where they're trying to go. And I think if they want people who have minimal talent or whatever, they're going to go for people who are talented, but simple. So someone who's like the perfect squeaky clean young girl image, which is none of them. They're all hypersexualized. So if they want someone who's simple and talentless, they're going to look for someone who's not super sexualized. Because I feel like demographic wise, I think they're trying to pull back from overtly sexy imagery. Six of Swords, Two of Swords, and Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, the trend of the internet is changing. I mean, I think even, I mean, think about it, right? When you think about this, right? You think about content that's popular, things like ASMR, mukbang, stuff like that. Influencers that are getting popular are all authentic. And guess what? Influencers are selling a lot more fucking products than people realize. So I think it's just getting to that point of like, they've become full-blown celebrities and people don't trust full-blown celebrities. So I think they're always going to be around, but their pull in the industry and their weight is not as strong as it used to be. And their shows are not as interesting. Their storylines are not as interesting. They're not relatable anymore. If Kim just started making like TikToks of her, like a day in her life with her just on her phone and showing her meetings and stuff, people would get interested again. If Kylie Jenner stopped curating fake videos where she drops her phone, whatever, and just was like, I'm in the car, I'm not having a good day, and just talk candidly, people would be interested in them again. But the Kardashians are afraid to do that. So until they learn to do that and be authentic, it's not going to happen. 10 of Cups, 9 of Swords reverse, and 7 of Swords. I also think the family image that they're projecting is another reason why people are pulling back from them. As relatable as it is to have a family and be family oriented, you're no longer cool when you're a mom or a dad to like 12-year-olds. Do you know what I mean? Or 16-year-olds, right? You're cool and relatable to people who are older, but you lose your cool factor to the youth. And that's another thing, 10 of Cups. It's like you have all these kids, they're, excuse me, it's the truth, grown now, you're focused on your kids, you're not cool. You're relatable to some, but you're not cool to the youth. And remember, the Hollywood is always trying to churn out the newest thing. So, let me see. There's only one Kardashian that I see coming out alive, quote unquote. And that's one that ends up being extremely emotionally vulnerable. It's going to be a race. These girls are going to start competing with each other hardcore. I expect them to start fighting again. And I expect it to be real, just for the simple fact of it's every man for themselves between the Kardashians coming up here soon. And one of them is going to exceed the rest and stand out from the pack. I definitely see them fighting. Oh, yeah. And the Queen of Swords, the Temperance card, and the Hangman tells me that you're going to get a filterless moment from one of them. I see a big fight coming between at least two of the sisters, but I think it's one sister and the rest of the family. There's a big fight happening. Like, I see someone literally exposing them, like Queen of Swords. Like, I'm going to expose you. I don't care. Like, it's going to get ugly soon. Yeah, this has been a long time coming. Also, one of them is shit talking. Oh, I don't think it's just one of them. I see a lot of shit talking of people's boyfriends, partners, lovers, husbands. There's a lot of shit talking of that, and that's going to be a trigger for all their infighting. Them not liking their partners. It's going to get bad. And Kanye, I see Kanye pulling strings with the connections that he has to screw them over. Kanye is still well respected in certain circles, and he still has pull, and I absolutely see him using his connections to kind of screw them over. If they thought that Kanye wasn't going to be effective, they underestimated him. And he's petty and he wants revenge. He's going to get it. So I wouldn't be surprised that this is the start of his push, his narrative swing. So I guess that's kind of what I see. So if you like that, make sure you tip. There's a link to my PayPal down below. There's a button that says a heart says thanks. You can email me directly. Follow me Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, Antphrodite. And until next time, good luck.